Well, after 4 episodes of the Ahsoka show, can you guess what happened next? That's right, the 5th episode. This one called Shadow Warrior. Well, you can pretty much gather what that pertains to, as the last episode ended with the shocking cameo of Anakin Skywalker in the world between worlds. Yeah. So Anakin and Ahsoka talk for about a few seconds, and then they're into a lightsaber fight, basically. Anakin says, I got to complete your training. And, what could that mean? And then, so they fight, and then Anakin gets the drop on Ahsoka, and she goes off the little, light bridge in the world between worlds, and disappears into a cloud, and pretty much stays there as she relives a past event from the Clone Wars. And you see another version of Anakin from those days, with a bit of a haircut, and some of the armor that he wore in the cartoon, but now in live action. And, well, that's about the extent of anything useful there. It's all very foggy because, they really couldn't afford the budget to recreate battlefields that were spectacular like in Star Wars, remember that? But it's understandable. And for what it was, it works. It's all this sort of dreamy stuff, even though I thought in the world between worlds you could literally go back in time, but that's not what happens. She's just reliving it. And basically, the question before Ahsoka, do you want to live or do you want to die? Well, she decides she wants to live, so Anakin, at that point, tells her, hey, there's hope for you yet, smirks and disappears. Now, before they get there, they fight. After she feels bad in her younger self about the clone troopers that she led into battle, and they died. And then Anakin goes all Sith on her and has the red saber, and then there's flashes of him turning into Darth Vader in the suit and everything, but that's all very brief. And then they start fighting back in the world between worlds, and then Ahsoka manages to get the drop on Anakin, and that's when he tells her, and she says, I choose to live, which, what it figured was the obvious conclusion. But anyway, I guess she had to go through the ordeal to truly grasp what she needed to do. I didn't know that she had any problem with living up to this point, so I don't know that it's, it makes all that much sense. They just wanted this scene of Anakin teaching her something. They just never really decided what that something was, other than, I don't know, she was feeling depressed and she needed a little boost. I don't. Anyway, some of it, like her fear that she might turn into, to a Sith Lord like Anakin did herself, or go to the dark side or whatever. And it's always a risk no matter what you do. So she wakes up underwater, which seems to insinuate that the whole thing could have just been a dream, Yeah. So she gets rescued by Hera at that point, and they, say, oh no, where's Sabine? I don't know. And she uses the Force to figure out what happened, and then looks up into the sky and sees the flying whales and says, oh wow, I think I know how to find Sabine. And now, I didn't see Rebels, but I imagine, based on what they were talking about, it was pretty much already established that, yeah, the whales could get you across between galaxies. So, yeah. It would have been cool if she had a means by which to access the world between worlds again, and then just jump over to the other galaxy that way, But I don't know, they got the whale, so, like Jonah and the whale, she and, what's his name, Hu Wang, the robot, the only good character in the show, really, and the smartest one, too. He's always right, pretty much. And then as they're going, the Republic sends 3 starships to pick up Hera and a handful of X-Wing pilots, because this was an unauthorized mission. And 3 starships they send them over there just to pick up this wayward general who they could have just ignored, and if she ever came back, she'd be court-martialed, and that's all you got to do. There was really no reason to send 3 starships over there who, they have this back and forth. It's supposed to be of some significance between between the pilot and them. Got to hold them off while Ahsoka talks to the whales, and well, she does, and so they're off to the other galaxy, and that's it. Oh, and of course, once again, the droid, who again is the smartest one, says, "Are you sure the whale can get us there, or where we're going, or what have you?" And Ahsoka, "I have no idea." And she just smiles, and the droid's like, "What?" "Yeah, but it's better than going nowhere." No, that is incredibly stupid. It's presented as if it's some clever line and whatnot, and that the droid's reaction is just supposed to be humorous. But no. It's like, could they have at least indicated she has some newfound wisdom because of her experience with Anakin? But then again, that was probably just something she dreamed. Hey, the whales can leap between galaxies. Well, gee, I hope it's the right one. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, what did she go off to the corner and get high and now? And I don't know. It's too bad because optically, aesthetically, for the most part, it wasn't that bad of an episode. And of course, the metric being, well, was it better than the previous one? Well, yeah, and especially the first 3, which were terrible. But ultimately, the only way to enjoy it is to not think about it, because they didn't really tell you anything other than, hey, Ahsoka figured out a way to. Well, no, they didn't do that either. I mean, obviously, she's going to catch up with, Sabine and Balin and all that, and eventually Thrawn. But to just, yeah, maybe, I don't know. It's just. Yeah. So, I mean, at that point, you needed Anakin's Force Ghost to appear. You know what? When I said there's hope for you yet, I was wrong. Okay, bye everybody, and then that's it. She disappears into the galaxy and into the universe, and we never see or hear from her again. And it's too bad about the droid, because well, he's the only good one. He's the smartest character in the series. Oh well, anyway, so 5 episodes in, and there's just not a lot here. Wherever they're going, whatever, or if it's just to introduce Thrawn into their overall narratives for future shows and that sort of thing. But if this is the level of writing you're going to get for future stories, which are just barely stories, if even that, that's not going to work. No matter where they go, even if they do the world between worlds thing, it leaves it open that there's a retcon in progress or what have you. So what? I mean, this just isn't any good. I mean, this is a show that poses like a story, but it really isn't one. Guess you just gotta turn off your mind, relax, and float downstream. Wow. I don't think that's gonna work. Anyway, there you go. 5th episode, Shadow Warrior.